right, we're joined by West Virginia head coach Mark Kellogg, student athletes Jordan Harrison, JJ Quinerly, and Kyah Watson. Coach, if you would just start off with an opening statement, and then we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Sure. Yeah, I thought, that first half, after those first couple minutes, I thought we really settled in pretty quickly, got some perimeter shots to fall, so I thought that loosened us up just a little bit. Got the rim a little bit bigger for us, and then I thought our defense kind of took over from there and really allowed us to get going on the offensive end. So proud of their effort. I've been proud of their effort the entire season. We've really kind of done it with defense leading to offense, and I thought we did that in the first half. The second half, maybe not so much. Probably let off a little bit too much for my liking there in the third quarter, because we did not play very well at all in the third quarter, I didn't think. But fortunately had the big lead to kind of keep them at bay. But, we obviously our third time playing Cincinnati. They have a size advantage on us, kind of a lot of forwards out there with some length that, might have bothered us a little bit. And then I thought we started to settle in and did some really good stuff. So, proud of the effort, proud that we're moving on. Glad we got one out of the way here. So now maybe we can just kind of settle in and start to play. But we got a big challenge tomorrow in Kansas State. And, we had a close one with them earlier in the year. So I think we'll be ready to go.
Okay, raise your hand and a microphone will be brought to you.
Luke Blaine, Daily Athenaeum. For all the players, tomorrow you have Kansas State, not the result you wanted last time out against them. Would you rather have this game today to kind of get back in the swing of playing, or would you rather have that extra bye and just start fresh right at them?
Jordan, Kyah, and then JJ in that order, please.
Honestly, we, wanted to get as much rest as we could, but I think having a game before we play Kansas State, we get used to the rims here, just get used to the arena. I think it'll, be an advantage for us tomorrow.
Yeah, kind of what she said. Just kind of getting used to playing on the court would be nice for us tomorrow.
I think if we had them first, we would still do what we needed to do, so yeah.
Jonathan Hamilton, Daily Athenaeum. You guys caused 23 turnovers tonight. It just seems like every game you guys cause like upwards of 20 turnovers. What do you guys think you do that causes so many turnovers? Like, what do you do defensively?
JJ, let's start with you, and then Kyah, and then Jordan.
I think just our rotations being in the right spot, and then we got a lot of athletic girls on the team, so just that, our speed, just help us out a lot, so yeah.
Yeah, I'd say our ball pressure really dictates kind of our defense, and then getting those stops really helps us in offense. So.
I think we enjoy getting steals, playing in transition, playing fast, and like Kyah said, that helps us get our offense flowing. So yeah.
Yeah. So Kyah, I counted it up after the game. This was your 9th game this season, playing 35 or more minutes. So how do you just prepare for that? Is there something special that you do during training, or is it just you go out there and play?
Sorry, Kyah. Sorry. Sorry. I tried to get her out a couple times, just couldn't do it.
I'd say I'd just go out there and play. I really don't notice it until coach is probably like, I'll get you one here soon. But yeah, other than that, enjoy being out there.
Tanner Inyard, U92. You guys hit 4 or 5 threes in a row early in that second quarter and kind of went on that run and pulled away a little bit. There have been times where you've done that this season, but there's also been some games where the three-point shooting has probably not been what you wanted it to be. Do you think that hitting a couple early in the game really gets the tone set for you guys, or do you think that sometimes you just miss an open looks and the ball's just not falling your way and you need to do something different?
Jordan?
Yeah, we like to, I don't know, for some reason, we always start games shooting a lot of threes. But definitely seeing them going in, that gives us momentum, when we feed off, making threes in the beginning of the game.
So JJ, you also played 25 minutes tonight. You have the knee, the brace on your knee. How are you feeling? How did it feel to be out there after the TCU game with that injury?
It feels good, honestly. I couldn't see myself not being on the court in this particular time period, so just my team being behind me helps out a lot. So yeah.
You guys went almost 7 minutes in the third quarter without scoring. What do you think went wrong there?
Kyah?
I would say probably just not obviously not making the shots that we took, and then kind of led to them scoring, us not getting stops or fouling. So, yeah, but we just got to stay aggressive because eventually they're going to fall. Something will.
All right, any more questions for the student athletes? Okay, we'll let them get back to the locker room and open it up for questions for Coach Kellogg.
Thank you.
Raise your hand.
Coach, it was another dominant defensive performance again tonight. Size might be a little bit of a problem again tomorrow, but you guys were able to, hang with them today, and with the guard play that you get, you're able to do that a lot of the times. What do you think can maybe be done different tomorrow to find a different result against K-State?
Yeah, well, we have a size disadvantage every night in the Big 12. I mean, all year long. So we're at game, 30 of the year, and most of those, especially once Big 12 play started, we had a disadvantage. So that's nothing new for us. We're accustomed to that. We have some other ways to make up for that, which you alluded to a little bit in the way we play defensively. We'll come up and start to work on that game plan. Obviously, Ayogale is a special All-American type player that presents a huge problem for us. But it's not just about her because of how good they are around her. Remember Kansas State, I think, was ranked as high as 2 in the country at one point this year, has a win over Iowa. So this is, and Coach Mitty's a phenomenal basketball coach. So we have our hands full, but obviously we got that game to overtime at their place. We didn't get them in Morgantown. So we'll be excited for the opportunity to see what we can do on a neutral floor, but we'll have to put a game plan together for sure tonight and tomorrow to try to figure out what we want to do with Lee.
To kind of carry off of that, have you had any chance at all to sit down and maybe game plan a little bit before the Cincinnati game, at least for Kansas State, or is that something that you just kind of push off until you know the result of tonight's game?
Yeah, no, I don't look a ton at them. We do have staff members that, obviously they're prepared and they're ready, and so we'll go meet maybe briefly tonight and then just wake up tomorrow and figure out the rest. You can do that when you don't play till 8 o'clock. Again tomorrow night. So we got all day long to sit around and try to stir and figure this one out. So I don't look at it too much. I kind of need to focus on, for me it was UCF and Cincinnati going into tomorrow night, and then it was quickly getting ready for Cincinnati. And we just played Kansas State, 2 weeks ago, I think, something like that. So it's been fairly recent.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Jayla Hemingway's impact and how she's kind of embraced that role coming off the bench?
Yeah, she's been fantastic again here. Was really good early. Went through a 3-week slump, maybe almost a month, where she just was not her normal self. And then since then, she's really started to, she looks like a fifth-year senior that knows her career's, coming to an end, and she's playing with a little sense of urgency. But yeah, and I've said this all year, our toughness is so much wrapped into her. She'll rebound the basketball, which she did tonight. She can shoot it, post up, put it on the floor. So yeah, no, she's been really good, really, really good for us, and bought into that role from day one. She's never, said a word about it and bought into it, and I'm happy for her because she's playing really well at the right time.
Coach, it seemed tonight that you just let your team figure it out on the floor. I don't know if you even took a timeout. And there was, droughts of scoring in that game. There were runs kind of against you and that sort of thing. How important is it for you to let the players figure it out on the floor? I know that you talked about that a lot this season, but tonight it really showed. Yeah,
and we have that team that, early on I probably didn't let them figure it out or kind of maybe overreacted, but they're just look at you. When I overreact, they don't, they just look at me like, what are you doing kind of deal? Like, relax, we got you. And I'm not really a huge timeout taker guy either. That's appropriate, or that's the way you say that. But I went the whole conference season one year and never called one timeout at SFA. So, but if it calls for it or warrants it, we had the big lead, and I'll actually use that phrase too. Like, I'm not bailing you out, y'all figure it out. And I do want them to kind of have to do that from time to time. And that third quarter, I was ready to take a couple. Had we not had that lead, probably would have a little bit. But if it ever got under, single digit or double digits, I definitely would have taken one.
So a lot of the time you play Tears of Moore down low. On the roster, she's listed as a guard, but you play her as a big a lot of the time. And tonight, a night where you didn't have Danelle Argbabu, how does she help out in that situation? And on top of that, is there any update on Danelle and how she's doing?
No, Tirza should not be listed as a guard, so you can cross that and put an F next to that one, forward or something like that. But yeah, Tirza averaged a double-double at Oral Roberts. I mean, this is a kid that's really produced, at the mid-major level. So we were excited to get her, and she got hurt a little early in the preseason, played for a little bit, got hurt again, and it really just set her back. So she probably missed about, 3 or 4 weeks of prime Big 12 basketball, and so she's just now kind of getting back to it. And so, yeah, without Donnell again, now we're even smaller. Donnell is the one kid that has some size for us, and so yeah, she wasn't available tonight. I would call it day-to-day with Donnell, and hopefully it's sooner rather than later.
Yeah, and on top of that, I think a lot of people on social media talk about this, but your daughter Kaylee is playing in the West Virginia State tournament with Morgantown High School. What's this experience like for you being here and trying to, game plan, and how much time do you really get to spend, like checking out the scores or watching her from afar?
Yeah, it's brutal if you want the honest truth. Like that hurt my dad heartstrings today, if I was being completely honest. I had to watch the state semifinal from my computer. My parents are here, so we got to watch it, but it's still not the same. And then when they call, and my wife was so proud, and of course I was so proud too. So, she finished with 18 and 12 and hit 4 big old free throws to seal the win today. So she'll play tomorrow for a state championship as a freshman. So that's a once in a lifetime opportunity. You never know if she'll be back, and so I keep telling her to enjoy the heck out of it. If anybody's got a private jet and wants to come get me tomorrow and take me to Charleston, West Virginia, and bring me back, I would love to be there, but I'm not sure that's going to happen. So that's hard, though. That's really, really hard for me, if you want the honest truth. I get one crack to kind of raise my kids and be there for them, and I spend most of my time with everybody else's kids, and I knew this day was coming, but it hit me pretty good today after that one that I wasn't there and missed my daughter's semifinal game. But yeah, I'm really proud of them. That team has battled through a lot this year, so yeah, really, really happy. Go Mohegans tomorrow. Go get you back-to-back state titles.
Right there in the middle, on the left.
Coach Kathleen Geyer from the Next. What have you thought of just kind of the setup here this year with the women having their own weekend and being in the Sprint Center for the first time?
Yeah, no, it's been first class. Yeah, this has been great. Obviously, I wasn't a part of it in the Big 12 at Municipal, but I was in the MIAA years ago at Northwest Missouri State and played in Municipal. So I've been in that environment, and I've been in this one, and there's a different feel, if I'm being honest. But yeah, when we pulled up to the hotel, it felt different. When we got a little shoot around, I guess yesterday in T-Mobile, and that felt a little different. And then again, we got to watch the game last night and then today and see what the Kansas, they had the faithful out, it looked like, for their game against BYU. So I imagine the crowds will continue to get better as the tournament goes on. Yeah, thankful that I guess the women get the spotlight here for a little bit in a great venue, and I'm sure the basketball will continue to get better and better as this weekend goes. But yeah, it felt good. Yeah, they've done a great job.
Good luck to you and your daughter tomorrow.
Thank you very much.